Hi, I just wanted to say some things in honor of Mother's Day, that I had a very special mother. There are people who say that um, the it's some big event that shapes you, something that happened to you early in your life, but in my opinion, it's a lot of little things that you remember that make you who you are. My mother spent time with us, and I remember very clearly one time when it had rained and we had a gravel driveway with some little dips in it, and there were little mud puddles in our driveway. And one time she took off her shoes and she came outside and she got in the mud puddle with us and helped us build a little dam with some little rocks across the driveway, across this mud puddle. And then a rainbow appeared and she told us a story about Noah, which was so very cool to just stand there in the water puddle with her and listen to her talk. She didn't used to mind if we made noise because she said as long as it was a happy noise, that was a fine thing. And there were times like she tells me she doesn't remember saying this, but I clearly do. She took me to the bedroom and she showed me my bed and she said, "Kathy, these wrinkles here on your bedspread, if a ladybug walked across this, it would get seasick." And after that, I always was careful to make my bed smooth because I didn't want a ladybug to throw up on my bed. I was an avid reader. I mean, maybe beyond avid. I was an obsessive reader. And Mother knew that I needed to get up off my butt and do something useful and, go out and even play just to move for a little bit. So, what she would tell me was she would take her kitchen timer to whisk it all the way around to an hour and say, "You will go out inside and play until this rings." And for me, that was almost a punishment, but she knew what she was doing, and I'm happy for that. Uh, there are books that I was reading when I was very young, like in sixth grade, at the summer after my sixth grade class. I was reading Julius Caesar. I had to use the footnotes, every single footnote, to get through it, but nobody told me I wasn't supposed to like the classics, so I read them too. And I've never regretted any of that. She told me to read Anne Frank because we shouldn't forget about the things that happened in World War II. And I remember she taught me she tried to teach me how to crochet. It was actually her mother who finally did teach me to crochet. But Mother had a dark green chenille bedspread, and it had kind of a loopy fringe on the sides. And she unraveled the loops on the fringe so that I could have yarn to learn how to knit, how to crochet a chain stitch. And I crocheted one that was probably about 16 feet long. And that was all the crocheting I did until I was 14 and Grandma got hold of me. I wanted to say that I have maybe the best mother I could ever possibly have asked for, and I'm very grateful that she's in my life. Les wanted to add a few words to this, so I'm going to let him come and talk.
Hi, Mom. How you doing? I just wanted to tell you something. I don't know if you remember or not, but when I came to your house and asked for your permission to marry Kathy, I was absolutely terrified. I mean, I was a grown adult and I was terrified. Here you were, this 95-pound, soaking wet uh, mother, and I remember sitting across from your kitchen table and you had this big deboning knife or something like that, and it went something like this. You'd said, "So you want to marry Kathy?" Boom. uh, yes. Scared the bejesus out of me. And I thought I'd be the next headline on the TV news or something. And So then, didn't like the food was going to be grilled. You were grilling me about all the different things that, you know, spiritual philosophies and things like that. And finally, I breathed a great sigh of relief when I realized that we were on the same page. I would just add that, you know, you did a great job with Kathy and helping her to be what a good mother would be. So she was able to help pass that on to our daughter that lacked a biological mother at that point, and it was very helpful. Kathy's always been the logic, and I've been the emotional, and our daughter really needed that balance. So thanks for doing a great job, not just with Kathy, but you know, with all your kids, but especially her. That's the one I've benefited the most from. Thanks, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, Mother. Happy Mother's Day and have a great day. And remember that I really appreciate what you did for me, all the stuff you taught me, and I love you very much. Bye bye.